In the vast expanse of the Cerulean Sea, where salty winds carried the scent of adventure and danger, Captain Roderick Blackthorne commanded the notorious pirate ship, the Shadow Serpent. His eyes gleamed with an intensity as deep as the ocean he sailed upon, fueled by a burning desire for revenge. The crimson sun dipped below the horizon, casting an orange glow on the turbulent waves as the pirate captain gathered his crew on the weathered deck. Character 1. Captain Roderick Blackthorne. With a rugged beard framing his face and a tricorn hat casting a shadow over his piercing blue eyes, Captain Blackthorne stood tall. His muscular frame hinted at years of swordplay and daring escapades on the high seas. As he addressed his crew, a map clutched in one hand, his voice rang out like thunder. "Listen, me hearties. We are embarking on a treacherous quest, one that will either make us legends or send us to Davy Jones's locker. We sail for the lair of the sea dragon that took my family from me. The beast be a terror of the deep, but we'll face it together and emerge victorious. Who's with me?" The crew, a motley assortment of rogues and renegades, raised their tankards in a raucous cheer. The promise of gold, glory, and the thrill of confronting a mythical creature fueled their excitement. Character 2. Isabella Swiftblade Crow. Among the crew, Isabella Swiftblade Crow stood out. A nimble and cunning pirate, she was known for her lightning-fast reflexes and the silver blade she wielded with deadly precision. Her eyes, a stormy gray, reflected the turmoil within as she clutched a pendant that belonged to her lost brother, a victim of the same sea dragon that haunted Captain Blackthorne. As the crew prepared the ship for the perilous journey ahead, Isabella approached the captain with a determined glint in her eyes. "Captain, you know I'm with you to the bitter end. But I have a personal score to settle with that sea devil. My brother's life was taken by its jaws, and I aim to avenge him." Captain Blackthorne nodded, a silent understanding passing between them. Isabella's loyalty was unwavering, and her skills with a blade were invaluable. "Swiftblade, we sail together and we face the beast together. This quest be as much yours as it is mine." Character 3. Bartholomew Brimstone Flint. A hulking figure with a mane of fiery red hair and a beard that seemed to be aflame, Bartholomew Brimstone Flint was the ship's gunner. His fingers danced expertly over the cannons, and the scent of gunpowder clung to him like a second skin. The loss of his family to the sea dragon had left him with a thirst for destruction, a thirst that only the fiery explosions of cannons could quench. "Captain, I've loaded the cannons with the deadliest powder. Once we face that beast, it'll be a symphony of destruction like the world's never seen," Brimstone bellowed, his enthusiasm contagious. As the ship set sail into uncharted waters, the crew faced treacherous storms and mysterious islands that seemed to defy logic. Captain Blackthorne consulted the ancient map, its edges frayed with age, leading them deeper into the heart of the Cerulean Sea. Days turned into weeks, and the crew's resolve was tested. Tensions ran high, but Captain Blackthorne's unwavering determination and Isabella's silent strength kept the crew focused on their shared goal. One stormy night, with thunder echoing like the roars of the sea dragon, they reached the accursed lair. The air was thick with anticipation as the crew readied themselves for the ultimate showdown. As the sea dragon emerged from the depths, its scales glinting in the moonlight, the crew held their breath. The beast's eyes, a malevolent shade of emerald, locked onto Captain Blackthorne. It recognized the scent of vengeance that lingered in the air. Character 4. The Sea Dragon, Leviathan. The sea dragon Leviathan was a monstrous creature that had terrorized the Cerulean Sea for centuries. With scales as tough as the strongest armor and teeth sharper than the deadliest blades, it had become a legend whispered among sailors in hushed tones. Yet the fire in Captain Blackthorne's eyes mirrored the beast's ancient wrath. As the ship circled the Leviathan, cannons roared to life, and Brimstone unleashed a barrage of explosive fury. The sea dragon retaliated with a furious swipe of its tail, sending shockwaves through the ship. Isabella, with Swiftblade in hand, leaped into the fray, dancing between the creature's attacks with grace and precision. Amid the chaos, Captain Blackthorne stood on the prow of the ship, his gaze locked with the sea dragon's. The moment of reckoning had arrived. With a thunderous battle cry, Captain Blackthorne lunged at Leviathan, his sword glinting in the moonlight. The clash of steel against scales reverberated through the air as the two titans clashed. Isabella fought by his side, her blades a blur of silver as she aimed for the beast's vulnerable spots.